दो तरफ से पत्थर फेंके जाते हैं। एक तरफ से पत्थर नहीं फेंका जाता, दो तरफ से पत्थर फेंके जाते हैं। और पुलिस का काम यह है कि जो पत्थर फेंकता उसको उठाओ आप, मगर यहां पर नहीं, यही लोग किए, यही किए, यही पत्थर फेंके, पेट्रोल बम बनाए, व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बनाए। याद रखो, ये कहानी बहुत पुरानी हो चुकी है। इस कहानी को बदलो। तुम 40 साल से सिर्फ यही कहानी, नहीं मुसलमानी फेंका, मुसलमानी किया, तो क्या सबके दूसरे दूध के धुले हुए? मगर आप देखो, कोई आवाज नहीं उठाता। उत्तर प्रदेश में समाजवादी के नेताओं के, उनके लीडर के मुंह में दही जम चुकी है, जबान नहीं खोलते।
You heard Mr. Owaisi once again misinforming members of the community, silently poisoning their view of events and of course their faith state. I want to bring in Mr. Jindal. Mr. Jindal, I know you're from the Congress and you hate the MIM because you believe that the MIM is eating into your vote bank, and Mr. Owaisi, of course, there's no love lost for the Congress party. But that aside, I just want to ask you a more basic question. I won't get into asking you to agree with Owaisi or disagree, but I just want to ask you, Mr. Jindal, are CCTVs also communal?
Was that the question?
Yeah, the question is, I'll give you the context if you haven't understood it.
Yes.
What is being said is that the crackdown in Kanpur is intensely communal. It is only against one community and it's only against the Muslim community. Now, the cases are being developed on the back of what is being found on CCTV footage. So clearly the evidence must also be communal or communally tinted. Now, that is why I'm asking you, are CCTVs communal?
No, CCTVs are not communal. In Kanpur, even the Bharatiya Yuva Morcha, one BJP person, Harshit Shrivastava, I think he is also arrested. So the point is, any form of communal violence that occurs anywhere in the country is condemned by Congress, and nowhere we support any form of violence. Congress believes in non-violence, satyagraha, and we do not support any form of a violent act, be it by any community. And subsequently, what has been the policy of Uttar Pradesh government? Now, is it going to do away with the issue, or is it going to instigate further violence? This is what is of a grave concern to us. Now, this selective crackdown that is being done by showing a particular community responsible for violence and one particular community as simply not being involved in it is something which creates a distorted picture, a half-truth, which is adding insult to injury.
Okay.
The point is, these two people, Nupur Sharma and Naveen Jindal, both of them, they had a major role to play in causing tensions. Yes, action must be taken against those who are resorting to violence, but a deterrent, an example must be set that anybody who provokes people is also punished equally. They are not let off loosely.
Dr. Ranganathan, yes.
Very quickly, 3 points, Rahul. But first of all, I have to agree that Mr. Owaisi is absolutely right this time round, and you are being an Islamophobic. So is Times Now, because these are clearly Dara Hua Musalmans, and they are not protesting against demanding the beheading of Nupur Sharma. They are protesting against the hike in petrol prices. You can very clearly see they are stoning and going to light that motorbike because they are saying petrol itna महंगा है, bike का क्या करेंगे? So please, let us not spread any misinformation here. This is a completely different thing. But can I be serious here? My good friend Mr. Jindal contradicted himself twice already within a space of a minute. He says such selective targeting is condemnable. But 10 seconds before that he says even a BJP कार्यकर्ता has been arrested. तो भैया ये कौन सी selective targeting है? And number two, when he says that he is almost justifying, no, please don't interrupt. No, 1 second. You are at liberty to embarrass yourself and answer all my questions after I'm done. Please, Naveen, please, thank you.
fine, please.
But I'm not done yet. Let me expose you a little bit further. थोड़ा सा और.
Okay.
थोड़ा सा. मैं UA से अब A में जाने वाला हूँ. थोड़ा और expose करने वाला हूँ. Rahul, when Mr. Jindal says that hate mongering, Nupur and Mr. Jindal, his namesake, the action should be taken, it is incumbent upon him, rather than spread fake news and hatred on his own, to say what was blasphemous. Was quoting hadiths blasphemous? Now you can reply, Mr. Jindal, at your leisure.
Yes, first of all, when you told me that about selective targeting, it is not me alone. Editors.
साम्राज्य हुए, मगर इतिहास लिखने वालों ने साम्राज्यों का जब भी जिक्र आया तो मुगल साम्राज्य की ही चर्चा करी। मैं आज कुछ बात इतिहास के लिखने वालों के लिए भी कहना चाहता हूं। ढेर सारे हमारे यहाँ ऐसे साम्राज्य हुए, मगर इतिहास लिखने वालों ने साम्राज्यों का जब भी जिक्र आया तो मुगल साम्राज्य की ही चर्चा करी। पांड्य साम्राज्य 800 साल तक चला। अहोम साम्राज्य असम में 650 साल तक चला। बख्तियार खिलजी से लेकर औरंगजेब तक सभी को उन्होंने पराजित किया, असम को स्वतंत्र रखा। पल्लव साम्राज्य 600 साल चला। चालुक्य साम्राज्य 600 साल चला। मौर्यों ने 550 साल तक समग्र राष्ट्र पर अफगानिस्तान से लेकर लंका तक राज्य किया। सातवाहन ने भी 500 साल तक शासन किया। गुप्तों ने 400 साल तक शासन किया और समुद्रगुप्त ने पहली बार भारत की कल्पना को चरितार्थ करने का साहस भी दिखाया और सफलता भी प्राप्त की। मगर इस सब पर संदर्भ ग्रंथ नहीं लिखे गए। हमने टीका टिप्पणी छोड़कर हमारे गौरवशाली इतिहास को जनता के सामने रखना चाहिए। इस पर संदर्भ ग्रंथों की रचना करनी चाहिए। धीरे धीरे कर जो इतिहास हम मानते हैं गलत है वो अपने आप निकल जाएगा, सत्य फिर से उजागर हो जाएगा और इस दिशा में बहुत सारे लोगों ने काम करने की जरूरत है।
Execute single-handedly. What will these sanctions look like? The US will set the parameters of the purchase, basically dictate the price at which countries like India should buy Russian oil. What if they refuse to comply? They will be cut off from US financial systems. That's what this oil cartel would represent. US and allies say they want to ensure economic stability, that they want to stop financing the war in Ukraine. But in reality, they'll end up influencing the global prices of oil. This is economic warfare. Yes, the idea of cheap Russian energy does sound appealing. But will Moscow agree to this? Will Russia sell its oil at a price that the West dictates? Vladimir Putin is making threats. The Russian president says if Europe jettisons Russian oil, it will commit economic suicide. That's the term he used. Moscow has already cut gas supplies to countries which refuse to pay in rubles. What if Russia decides to cut global oil supplies? It will cost them a lot, but it will also hurt others.